all of us confined to home because of lockdown and coronavirus. When will this lockdown be lifted? We don't know. The government had already given the date for the reopening of the schools on 3rd August. So until the reopening of the schools, we have to depend on these online classes. Today, I welcome you all for these online classes. Today's topic, what I am going to teach you is the world between the wars. I had already taught you about the world between the wars of part 1, and this is part 2. And in this part 2, the subtopic is Russian Revolution. Russian Revolution, and you might have heard about the names of different revolutions occurred in different parts of the world. I will give the names of those revolutions. There are the Russian Revolution, the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and the Glorious Revolution. So, of all these revolutions, Russian Revolution is the main topic, and I will teach you about the Russian Revolution. So, before I enter into this Russian Revolution, first I will teach you a little about Russia. So, the Tsarist Russia means the Russia which was under Tsars. Tsarist Russia was a vast landmass. It extended into 2 continents, Europe and Asia. And Tsarist Russia had the 3rd largest population in the world. And its population is 15.6 crores. And Tsarist Russia had consisted of several nations or countries. For example, Russia, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenia. So the Tsarist Russia had comprised nearly 6 countries. Okay, and the Russia army was the largest army in the world before World War I, and Russia had become the biggest loser of human lives in World War I. Nearly it lost 2 million soldiers and civilians. So before I enter into this lesson, Russian Revolution, I will first we have to know the definition of the word revolution. Revolution. So what is revolution? Children, will any one of you tell me the definition of revolution? Okay, I will tell you. A revolution means an attempt by a large number of people to change the government of a country through violent action. Okay, now, so I will repeat the definition of revolution. Revolution means an attempt by a large group of people to change the government of a country by violent action. So we have to discuss in detail about the political, social and economic conditions prevailed in Russia which led to the outbreak of Russian Revolution 1917. Okay, now, I will explain you about these conditions prevailed in Russia. Let us discuss in detail about these political, social and economic conditions prevailed in Russia which led to the outbreak of Russian Revolution. First, political conditions. Political conditions. The kings of Russia were known as Tsars. So these Tsars ruled the Russian Empire with the help of a council of ministers who were appointed and responsible to these Tsars only. And these Tsars ruled the Russian Empire with the help of imperial police also. So, and a number of officials who were appointed by these Tsars, they treated the people cruelly, and so from 1800 onwards till the outbreak of the Russian Revolution 1917, the Russia was ruled by as many as 5 Tsars. I will give the list of the names of the 5 Tsars who ruled Russia, and there are Alexander I, Nicholas I, Alexander II, Alexander III, Nicholas II. So in most of the periods of these jars, the people got so many difficulties, the people faced tyranny, the people faced so many hardships. The people, there were no words to describe the to describe situations what the common people or the workers they experienced in Russia. But in most of the periods of all the jars, but one jar had a special place in the hearts of the Russians. But he is Alexander II. But he emancipated, or he liberated the slaves from the slavery. Okay, and next let us move to social conditions. Social conditions, and Russian society was there were two main classes in Russian society. There are the nobles and the nobles and the serfs, and there were other classes also there in Russia, the bourgeois and the clerical. So compared to the bourgeois and the clerical and also the serfs, so these nobles, they had enjoyed special rights. They were not they did not pay any special duties towards the government, and the bourgeois and the clerical, these classes had no any importance in the government. They had no any place in the government, and the conditions of peasants was miserable or pitiable. These serfs or the slaves, they lived in poverty. They lived in wretched conditions, and they had no protection from the nobles against the oppression from these nobles. These serfs had no any protection from the government against oppression committed on them by these nobles. These nobles, they would sell these serfs to the outsiders. They would send these slaves to the Siberia. They would sell these serfs, and they would kill these serfs also without any reason. So in this way, the nobles treated these slaves cruelly, or these serfs, and sometimes these nobles would beat the backs of the slaves by the whips. So in this way, the nobles had resorted to atrocities against these serfs. So this is in brief about social conditions. And next, so actually these social conditions also which prevailed in Russian society led to the outbreak of Russian Revolution. And next, about economic conditions also. So Russian society, Russia was an agricultural country and was a scientifically backward nation. There were no improvements in Russian agriculture, and was backward in all sectors. And the northern part of Russia, it was very near to the North Pole, and the northern part of Russia it was frozen with ice, so it is not suitable for farming. And when the crops failed, the conditions of the peasants not possible to describe. And Nicholas II, Alexander II, but though he emancipated these slaves from the slavery, their conditions did not improve. And so all these political, social and economic conditions prevailed in Russia led to the outbreak of Russian Revolution in 1917. Actually, two revolutions occurred in 1917 in Russia. One is in March 1917, and there is October, and the bigger revolution occurred in October 1917 in Russia. And so all these three conditions, social, political and economic conditions prevailed in Russia, are the reasons for the outbreak of Russian Revolution. On March On March 8th, 1917, the women of capital St. Petersburg, they made a rally, they took out a procession demanding for peace and bread, and the king means here Nicholas II ordered his army to suppress the demonstrators, but actually the situation went out of hand. The king left the country, and a temporary government was formed in Russia by the liberals and non-aristocrats. And in course of time, the nobles also are not the Bolsheviks under the leadership of Lenin seized power from this temporary or provincial government, and in this new government, Lenin gave full freedom to the Russians, and in his reign, in his period, the soldiers, the workers, and the common people were able to enjoy full freedom or equality in Russian society. And I will ask some questions on this complete thought. First, who are Tsars? The Tsars are the kings of Russia. And into which continent was Russia extended? Europe and Asia. And what are the countries in the Tsarist Russia? Russia, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenia. And what is the definition of the word revolution? Revolution means an attempt by a large number of people to change the government of a country by violent action. And next, which country had the largest army in the World War I? Russian army. And which country had become the biggest loser of World War I? Russia. And so give the names of the Tsars who ruled Russia. Alexander I, Nicholas I, Alexander II, Alexander III, Nicholas II. Who was the last Tsar? Who was the last king of Russia? Nicholas II. It's because of all these political, social and economic conditions prevailed in Russia led to the death of Nicholas II. And next, who are Soviets? Actually, Soviets are the consists of soldiers, peasants, and workers. And Soviets played a key role in Russian Revolution. And who is the leader of the Bolsheviks in Russia? Lenin is the leader of the Bolsheviks of Russia. And so, what are the main classes in Russian society? The nobles and the serfs. And name the classes which enjoyed the special rights or special privileges. There are the nobles, and who are not allowed to enjoy the special rights in Russia. The serfs are the bourgeois and the clerical class also. And so, who gave freedom? Who emancipated the slaves from the slavery in Russia? Alexander II. So what is the population of the Tsarist Russia? 15.6 crores. And which country had the largest population of the world in World War I? Russia. So children, I think you might have heard this lesson and learned well, and I will give some work also on the completed part of this today's lesson. You have to identify some keywords on the completed part, and you have to prepare some questions also on the completed part. Okay, so let us meet in another class with another subtopic. So in tomorrow's class, another subtopic is Rise of Stalin. Thank you, children. Thank you.